How y'all doing today? My name is Ayin, and today's topic of discussion is give credit where credit is due. Give credit where credit is due. Although this is good to do with other people, I'm really making this the focal point about you. Give credit where credit is due. Excuse me. You can't forget to pat yourself on the back on the things that you do, your accomplishments, things that you achieve. You got to give yourself credit where credit is due. It's just like with anything. I know I've talked in the past videos about putting back in on your circle of friends and people that you have up off in your life, just as they've done on you. You can't forget about them, and putting back in to show that love, that understanding, that empathy, giving that listening ear. You have to do it with yourself as well. This is something we tend to forget to do. This is how you get people who are people pleasers. They tend to think about the people on the outside more than they think about themselves or the people that's in their circle. You got to give credit where credit is due. You got to recognize what you achieve at. You got to recognize your strengths. You got to recognize everything that you succeed at, your accomplishments, things that you've overcome in the past, adversities, all of that. All of that. You got to give credit where credit is due. At the end of this video, when you turn this video off, before you go to the next video or go on doing whatever it is that you do, I want you to think about 3 things that you've overcome in your life. 3 accomplishments. I want you to think about that moment, that time where you just thought, man, I'm not going to get through this. This is really hard. And think about how you got through it. Think about where you are now. Do that. 3 things. I challenge you to do that. Think about 3 things. This is something personal for you. You don't have to put this in the description. This is all for you. Think about that. That'll help you in giving credit where credit is due. I remember on this last job that I had, was in this training class, and the gentleman that was teaching the class, he was a really nice guy, and he was talking about, patting yourself on the back and learning how to, love yourself and, certain things. He wasn't really talking. That wasn't the purpose of the class. It was just some of the things that he was talking, just kind of being him on, recognizing, some things up about yourself. And he was talking about some of these qualities and whatnot. And I remember raising my hand. I had said to him, it was something along the lines of, yeah, just like with you, you're some of these qualities. Because he was talking about basically learning how to accept a compliment or something along that line. And I was like, yeah, some of these, they sound just like you. On like what you're teaching up off here, you're doing awesome. So he goes, oh, I ain't. No. So what was so funny about this was he had just got done telling us on how to learn how to accept and, take a compliment or whatnot. And he goes, oh, I ain't, no. He starts to kind of bow away, that humbleness. And I was like, no, take it. I just gave you a compliment. So, the class started laughing. He even started laughing. And he kind of, turned a little bit red in the face because I guess he had thought about it. He was like, yeah, I am. I'm sitting up here telling them that. And, this gentleman does this up with me. And I was just like, because it was very real. So it was humbling. So it let me know, even somebody who's teaching this class and he's doing this time and time again, you forget. So it was just something that I just wanted to share. It's something that I forget. It's something that I noticed that loved ones forget when they're talking to other people and they're being encouraging. I know with my mother, a lot of times when we talk, one of the things that she says is there's certain things I really wish that I just would have learned early on, and I would just be so much further ahead and XYZ. And I told her, it's probably about the 3rd time I told her to stop doing this, because it's really humble in nature to wish that you would have garnered certain experiences when you were younger. But I told her, I was like, stop that, because your experiences have branched out to us and others. You've helped people through these trials and these tribulations, or bumping your head up on things, just as we all do. So when you're sharing those things of how you overcome that, that stuff, it's good. It's healthy. So you should pat yourself on the back. And the only reason why I know that people forget about these things, to pat yourself on the back or give credit where credit is due, is because you wouldn't be making these sort of harsh judgments or assessments about yourself. You wouldn't say, well, only if you already swallowing that pill on, hey, look, I'm who I am. I'm the sum total of everything that happened up to me to this point. This is what's made me from day one to day whatever it is. This is me, everything. And I recognize what I've been through. I recognize where I'm going. I recognize what I don't want to do. This is me. This is me. I've overcome some tough things. I know I got a tougher road ahead of me, but it's nothing that I shouldn't be able to accomplish or be able to adapt to or adjust. And you can only do that through recognizing your strengths, recognizing, giving yourself credit. You gotta stop along the way. You got to stop along the way. You got to do that self-maintenance. That's the reason why vehicles need oil changes. That's the reason why vehicles need to cool down. That's the reason why they have coolants in them, so they can run the distances that they run, because they have to cool. They have to self-maintain. We have to do this with ourselves as well. It was just something I wanted to take time out to share with you today. Until next time, stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. Check out my book, I Am Kilimanjaro's The Arithmetic of Family Communication. I'll leave a link in the description box. And until next time, have a good one.